Welcome to the Fleet Geeks podcast. We're here to help develop fleet and transport professionals. Do you want to progress and develop your skills and knowledge? We promise to bring lively conversation and debate around interesting issues and keep you bang up to date with changes in our awesome industry. The Fleet Geeks are a community of professionals, and if you enjoy the podcast, why not join the discussion for free in the Fleet Geek community over on Facebook.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Fleet Geeks podcast. You'll notice it's not Pete. Sorry guys, it's not Pete. It's myself that's doing it today, and we've got the guys from Mission Zero on. So we've got Paul and Shaun from Mission Zero, and then we've got Amanda, who's also Mission Zero, but also here on behalf of Darsica Logistics as well. And we're going to be looking over the next 3 weeks at what Mission Zero is, what it means to operators, and what the benefits are to operators as well, and how to get accredited. So episode 1 with Paul and Shaun is all about what is Mission Zero. So I'll let you guys introduce yourself, and then we'll look more into it.
Hi everybody, I'm Shaun Winstanley, CEO of Mission Zero. Probably a little bit of background about myself. Started my career as a 16-year-old HGV mechanic for Warburton's Bread. Was there for 23 years, went into management. I moved on to Ashtead Plant at the time, A-Plant, commonly known as, now Sunbelt Rentals, fleet of 2,000 vehicles, 3,500 members of staff, 250 depots, basically cradle to grave, so basically purchase the vehicle, specify them all the compliance that goes with it. I was there for about 12 years. I moved on to Fleet Source, then doing all the full silver and gold auditing. I was there for 2 years. And then I moved on to Mission Zero, which I've been probably there now for probably circa 3 years, I bet.
Oh, beautiful. So a big background then in that side of things, in sort of fleet specialist.
Yeah, like I say, I've done my procurement qualifications, I've done transport qualifications, so I've seen it from the operator's perspective, so it's a large fleet, 2,000 vehicles, all the compliance that comes with it, all different types of vehicles. So, your vans and your tachographs and your towing and your dangerous goods. So, yeah, quite a decent background and knowledge on that stuff. So you can understand with operators nowadays when they're suffering, you've been there, you've done it, you've got the T-shirt, so you can understand where they're coming from.
Yeah, that's it. Always helps to be on both sides of the fence, doesn't it?
Yeah, too true.
Perfect. Paul.
Yeah, you got Paul Grafton. I'm the head of compliance with Mission Zero. I've done my 44th year, June this year, in transport. So started as an apprenticeship mechanic, took me class 1, drove in Europe for 10 years, did a lot in the UK, went into heavy haul, started doing my own consultancy for a while ago now, and then got involved with Fleet Source, doing the forced contract when Fleet Source, and that was part of the FCP on the forced contract. Became deputy head, then head of auditing. Left there, went to AECOM, run the compliance team with Graham Holder at AECOM, and then obviously that got moved over to Fleet Source. To Soprasteria, and then couldn't get on there, to be fair, so I moved to Mission Zero. Shaun and Nick were mithering me a bit to go back, start this off. So that's where I am now. I've gone back, and I'm back in the thick of it, in the compliance side and everything to do with Mission Zero.
Okay, beautiful. So would you want to tell us a little bit what Mission Zero is then? What is Mission?
If I can just start off on this one, Paul, if you don't mind us doing this section. I think in simplistic terms, it's a quality standard for the road fleet sector. Simplistic terms. Well, Mission Zero was born through operators asking for choice in the marketplace to meet procurement requirements. Because at that time, there was probably no real choice. It was force, had to be. Nobody can knock what Fools have done for the past, 15, 17, 18 years and what they're still doing. Nobody can argue with that. Same as what clocks are doing here, Band Smart, Driving for Better Business, ISO 13001. They're all trying to reduce risk and improve compliance. I think at the end of the day, every one of us wants our staff to go to work, come home to family in one piece. That's what we're all trying to achieve. So, you can't knock anybody for what they're doing. Well, I think with Mission Zero, it was born because operators wanted that choice. But operators have the same choice with accreditation. We all know that if anybody, if it's transport sector in our own personal lives, if somebody's given a choice, they'll buy into it. If they're told that they've got to do it, then they're not going to do it as they really want to do it. They're just going to tick the box and do the paper exercise.
Yeah.
So I think for us is, if people's got that choice, it's a win-win for everybody. Like, I think if we move away from the transport sector on that point and start looking at, in their own personal lives, i.e. for like, financial and banking arrangements, we've all got a choice, so
Yeah.
the choice, we go with the Barclays, Royal Bank of Scotland, whoever. But certain criteria that's got to be met. So, all the regulations, the FSA, everything's got to be met.
Yeah.
But people have that choice because it could be, better mortgage rates, better saving rates, better, high street presence, better IT on the portal. They've got that choice. It could be just as simple as that. The better to deal with. So the same should be for operators and accreditations. These organisations out there, the tier one contractors and whatever, should be given that choice. End of the day, if it's ourselves, if it's a recognition, whoever, as long as they can meet whatever the benchmark standard is going to be, i.e., people say full silver's what you've got to meet. As long as that can be, justified, and signed off and say, yes, that is an equivalent, then that should be that choice. So what Mission Zero is really fighting for is to give operators that choice. Now, if they decide that is better for them, clocks or whatever, it's irrelevant. As long as they're doing something and they've got that choice. So that's why Mission Zero was born. That's what it's all about, I remain. There's more detail we'll go into, but in essence, it was born to give operators a choice. So listen to the operators. That's what the operators wanted, and we've now delivered it.
Yeah, perfect there. And it makes complete sense because you can read the same book, but it be two different languages and actually understand one more. So it's all about how your standards come across, I suppose, as opposed to other recognition standards as well. But ultimately, we've all got the same aim, haven't we? And that's, like you said, everybody going home in one piece at the end of the day, without any accidents or injuries. So yeah, perfectly. So in terms of your other standards, then how is Mission Zero different?
Paul, do you want to?
Yeah, I'll jump in on that then. There's quite a considerable difference between Mission Zero and the other standards. One is obviously people are looking at the cost. The transport industry nowadays, as we all know, it's on its knees. Cost of everything. You've only got to look in history, looking at motor transport news, looking commercial motor, look how many operators are going to the wall, to be fair, over last year and so far this year. So we want to be known, as operators, we want to be that friendly service, give the operators a service. So we provide operators with, there's between 65, 68 free resources on the MZ dashboard, which is down to templates, to policy pack, to risk assessments, to the training, PowerPoint presentations. And the operators can go in there, they can download. They're only a phone call away from experienced staff. When I say experienced staff, talking about me and Shaun, we've been in transport a hell of a long time, plus the auditors. So we're offering that sort of complete package of join Mission Zero at a good rate, a preferential rate. They also get subsidised training program through our partner through Fleet Source. And the other main thing is, which we've had feedback, John, from a lot of operators, including today. I mean, I spoke to 3 operators today, and it's a phone call, and you talk to somebody straight away. Who understands the system, understands what they're talking about, and that is key. That's a difference.
Hello, it's Shaun from Flagship Partners. We are really proud to sponsor the Fleet Geeks podcast. If you need expert advice or training for your fleet business, make Flagship Partners your first choice. We are really excited to announce the launch of our Transport Manager Academy with expert development for fleet leaders, We offer fully accredited Initial Transport Manager CPC training, CPC refresher, and operator licence awareness training, as well as mentoring, support, and professional development beyond the qualification. Our vision is to develop elite fleet professionals.
That is the key thing. Operator's friend, that's it. Helping them, and that's what that's what it's all about. That's the main difference to us.
So the people that are answering the phones have also got real world experience and also delivering that service, boots on the ground as well, which helps massively, as opposed to waiting. If you need an answer, if you bring in somebody because you need an answer, you need it there and then. You don't want to be waiting for 2 or 3 days, I suppose, for that answer. So yeah, that helps massively as well, I suppose, and like you said, being that operator's friend. So
yeah, and it's a key thing. It is a key, I mean, working for other accreditations, you do get the insight, and you hear people talk, you speak to the operators, you listen to their bugbears, what their ideas, what they'd like to do. And that's where another thing with Shaun, where Mission Zero come from, it was designed by listening to operators on the team. This is what we need. So that's where it's come from. It's born from an operator's perspective, which, like I said, it's a hard industry. It is a hard industry, and it doesn't get any easier. So you're trying to make things easier and competitive for them as well,
Yeah, that's it. And the affordability piece is a massive thing as well, especially these days with everything else coming up. It's nice that, operators can afford to be accredited, and it's not we're going to miss out on this contract because we can't afford it.
Yeah, no, I mean, the other thing I use 2 words in it when I speak to potential operators, and to operators in general, and it's a gap analysis. Mission Zero is a gap analysis on their business because it's full legal compliance.
Yeah.
So we're not going to go in there and try and find something wrong. We're going in there to see if there is anything, and then remove the risk, or help remove that risk with the free resources that we give and the advice that is there as well.
Okay, perfect. And in terms of getting into the scheme then, from an operator, how does an operator join the scheme and become accredited through you guys?
I mean, the easiest way of doing it, and it's the same as anything, you go on to missionzero.org.uk. They just put that in their search engine. That'll take them to click on it, it'll take them onto the home page. They can have a bit of a route around the home page. They can look at the accredited operators, look at our partners, look at case studies, look at the training we've got there. Then they can register. Registration's free, John. Same as that, a lot of the accreditations, it's free. They can then log in. Then when they log in, they have their own page. They have an ID number, and on that home page, it will have 2 tabs. One is to book an audit when they're ready. The other one is all the free resources. So they click on that, it's there for them. They got everything. They can log into that. They can look at the policies, look at the standard, look at the requirements of Mission Zero. They can download templates if they need them. Have a look at the e-learning and just go through it. Just literally go through. There's an A4 piece of paper on there, clicked into one of the templates, which tells them in a summary what you require for Mission Zero.
Okay, so they've got plenty of opportunity to get audit.
But then again, they've got a phone call as well, a phone call away. If they're not sure about anything, they're on the phone, bang, they can call up. Then once they're prepared and ready, they can go into book an audit. Feedback from the audit process, I mean, Amanda will probably come into that later on and tell you, has been brilliant, from sort of clicking a button to going through to booking and paying for an audit and receiving a receipt, an invoice, should I say, and receipt is literally 3-4 minutes. It's that quick.
Okay,
it's that, and it just follows through. It really flows, and no negative feedback from that side of it, John. There hasn't been. Everybody said how quick, how easy it is to follow. The dashboard's really easy. They book their audit. They can have an online audit or an on-site audit. It's entirely up to them. There are 2 different costs to that. they get a date range, not a particular day. They can have a range from 1 to 2 weeks, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10 weeks, and then onwards if you want it longer. They click on that button. They can choose a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whichever day they want. They can choose AM or PM. It's just literally click buttons. Then it
beautiful.
comes through to the main dashboard. We can see it's on there. And then literally my team and myself just click a button, send it to the 2 audit providers, and they book the audit on the particular day.
So it's nice, straightforward, and it doesn't matter if you're an old school haulier in a porter cabin in a 60 yard, or you're full of technology and admin assistants. You can all have the same service and reach the same accreditation without being blinded by technology, so to say.
There's a lot of people like me out there, John, who still work on the back of a fag packet.
Yes, exactly that. So there's still there's an awful lot of hauliers out there like that. It works for them, but actually they can also become accredited through you guys as well, without losing sleep over pressing the wrong button and deleting everything. Perfect. So in terms of the future, then, what's the future looking like for Mission Zero?
The future's looking very good, John.
Very good. So what's your plans going into the next?
I think the Mission Zero, it has been a slow burner. It has been, because first of all, when like I say, it was operators what wanted a choice in the marketplace, what we've delivered. So it's all right, getting operators to sign up. Then a lot of it is on the construction sides, which is linked to to falls and clocks. So then the stage after that was about that, we need to be, get falls equivalents, so Mission Zero's now falls, bronze, silver and gold equivalent signed off by TfL, which, we're the only other alternative who's falls gold. Here I've got falls silver. So we achieve that, but then, the next hurdle for us was all like, it's the tier 1 companies allowing and accepting Mission Zero. So it has been a small burner. We've been knocking at doors, we've been making phone calls. So we started to break that barrier down now. More and more people talking to us. Our name's getting around more and more now. We're getting more inquiries daily. We're getting loads of phone calls. We've got a lot of the construction site people are now contacting us. They've heard about Mission Zero. They're going to find out more about it. I think what Paul alluded to, I think, was a lot of it is how we talk to them, the approach. They can pick the phone up, they can chat to us, say it as it is. We're not going to lie to them. We'll try and help them, support them up in the right direction. Even with the governance board, like I said from day one, it was designed by operators for operators. The governance board is all operators. It's the main operator that's on that board. But now getting operators who want to be on the board now, so they're actually asking us, can we be on the governance board? So it is going from strength to strength. We started to release some new modules. We've just done the module quite recently, what's been launched again, competitive on price to help, all anxiety just got bans. So there's not license issues and whatever. And there's some more modules being released shortly. We're not just looking at the UK, we're looking further afield. So I spoke to people in Australia, we spoke to people in Africa. So we do want to, we want to get it right, read for people, supporting people. Like Paul said, all the free resources got in place for everybody. And so, there's more and more being developed all the time. But like I said, when people are picking the phone up, wanting to talk to you, wanting more information about it, audits are going up on a daily basis. So yeah, it's going in the right direction. It's going. I think people are realising now that there's got to be choice in the marketplace. Like I said, none of us will never knock any other accreditation schemes. What doing is brilliant, but from our point of view, is you should just have a choice out there. As long as it meets the requirements, have the choice. That brings innovation, that brings costs, it brings all sorts with it.
Yeah, that's it, and exactly that. Everybody's on the same path, aren't we? We're all on that same path to a safer road, safer future for everybody, and it's great that there's different ways to do that as well. Obviously, there's yourselves, there's the other accreditation bodies. If anybody listening wanted to reach out to yourselves, how could they do that? LinkedIn, emails?
Onto LinkedIn, if they go onto the website on the portal, you can contact us that way. And simple as easy to get on us.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. So, guys, that's been a bit of an insight into Mission Zero, what Mission Zero is, what Mission Zero are all about. The next episode is gonna be all about audit standards and what the audit for Mission Zero looks like. And again, that's going to be with Paul and Shaun. So stay tuned. And thank you again, guys.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please share with your friends and colleagues too. Join us for free on Facebook with the Fleet Geeks community for transport and fleet managers. Fleet Geeks offers ongoing professional development, networking and mentoring too. So get in touch with me, Pete Rushmer, on any social media platform to find out more.